Tell me about making these things.
Well, it took some time to come down with the final good design, but these are obviously these are all semi-automatic keys. These are all semi-automatic keys. These are vertical. These are inline, and here's a right angle. And to make them, when I first started making them, I made them out of a plastic base, and that turned out to be a little bit on the light side. So then I decided to make them out of a heavier material. This one here is solid granite, and it's quite heavy. This is another granite base. It's heavy and it makes a stable platform. Here's some wider ones. These are a synthetic marble, and they're wide and they're very heavy. So the process of making them is just to get your raw materials and start cutting it up and putting it together. The only tools I work with are a drill press and a belt sander, a bench sander, and that's it. Hacksaw, that sort of thing. And it's a pleasure. And so the materials I get that are from different sources. Sometimes they're just thrown away at a granite shop and that sort of thing. But they're fun to make. One of the unique things about these keys is there's no mechanical contact for the dits. This is a reed switch and a magnet. So when the magnet comes close to the reed switch, it makes a connection. Not a physical connection, but there's no mechanical connection to make the dits. It's just a magnet and a reed switch. All these keys are completely adjustable for tension. This is tension on the dash. This is tension on the dots. This is spacing for the dashes. This is spacing for the dots. Everything is completely independent of each other. This spring steel right here is a hinge, and it's similar to the big metal hinge on a vibroplex, except it's just a piece of spring steel. So when you press in one direction, you can barely see a movement. You see that? But that's independent of the way I can show you even better. Now you'll see. You see that?
Yeah.
So you can make the dashes without interfering on the dot side. You go to the dot side, and that's what happens. You see, it's completely independent. So this is cut on a 25-degree angle. Center of gravity is straight down. The bottom is entirely non-skid. So it's a very, very stable platform. And that's about it.
Tell them your call sign, name and call sign.
My name is Jan Bukowski. I go by Buck. And the call sign is Alpha 4 Sierra November.
Okay. As a new operator, what is the advantage of using Morse code?
I would say one of the advantages is being able to communicate if conditions are bad. And CW is a great hobby to get started in. It's just my thinking that we need to get more people involved in it.
So my understanding is that even though the signal, the conditions for regular radio transmissions aren't good,
Single sideband,
this can get through with a little bit more clarity.
Well, a little bit more, yes.
Okay.
Yes. One push.
Okay.
Okay? So that's semi-automatic, and they first came up with it probably about 1905. And like, for instance, this one's a 1944 Buck. That one's a 1954. So that's the difference between the two.
And the ones all around the end, they're just completely manual.
Those are, they're for electronic use mostly, although you can make them into cootie keys or side swipers is what they're called. So, do you use any CW?
No, I just got my license today.
Oh, okay. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's great. Did you get it right here?
Mm-hmm. Just a few minutes ago.
That's fantastic. What kind of radio you got?
I don't have anything.
Oh, well, you'll get something pretty soon.
Well, that's what somebody had said. When do you get my problem, I usually bought a hubcap before I finish painting the car.
Right,
So
right.
this time I decided to wait.
Uh-huh. Well, maybe you'll decide to go semi-auto. Maybe you'll just go electronic key. So that's what we have here. And in that case, there's none of the semi-automatic stuff, right? You just plug this in. I changed the radio. Now it's fully automatic. One side. See?
Okay,
So,
all right.
so John's. And maybe that's the way to go.
How much are those?
$20. $20. Pretty cheap. And they're the most durable.
Yeah.
These are extremely
You have to
durable.
run over the truck.
But yeah, now they do make portable paddles, but not as durable as this one. This one's really good. So
Did you make these keys?
all of them.
Wow,
Yeah.
they're beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, people love to look at them and it pulls people in. But I would say, you know, you can start with a straight key, you can start with something. I would say start with one like this.
Make it a little easier.
Yeah, well, you know, it's all within reach.